Ontario is home to one of the oldest law societies in the English-speaking world, and soon it might be getting a big name change, which appears to be dividing some of its members. Even though it's based in Ontario, the organization has always been called the Law Society of Upper Canada, since 1797 to be precise. Now, those of you who know your Canadian history really well might recognize that the society was formed long before Canada was even a country. In fact, it was formed before Ontario was even a province. Upper Canada, at that time, was a former British colony, which, if you look at it today, only covers portions of what is now modern-day Ontario. In 1841, this area was eventually dissolved, and the province of Ontario was formed afterwards. But the Law Society didn't change its name back then, and it preserved it until today. This is exactly where today's dilemma has arisen for the 50,000 Ontario lawyers and paralegals who are currently regulated by the Law Society of Upper Canada. After years of discussion, the society is finally considering to change the name this fall, and it might happen by the end of 2017. Supporters say the name change is a long time coming, and that it's time for the 220-year-old organization to rebrand itself simply as the Law Society of Ontario. Lay the reference to Upper Canada to rest. Finally, they say, walk into the 21st century. But not all lawyers agree. Some online commenters, all of whom appear to be lawyers, are upset that the society is considering to rewrite history in the sake of political correctness. At a time where Ontario teachers are voting to strip John A. Macdonald's name off public schools, is renaming Canada's oldest law society just another example of a population that's trying to change its own history? Or is it fair to consider that, in the 1790s, Upper Canada might not have been a great place for First Nations groups, who were driven from their lands and killed if they got in the way of European settlement? Some lawyers say the issue doesn't go that deep through history, and that they're just tired of breaking into a history lesson whenever a confused client wonders where in the world Upper Canada is precisely. So what do you think? Is it time for Canada's largest and oldest regulator of lawyers to be known simply as the Law Society of Ontario? Comment and share this post. We want to see what you think.